So are you willing to talk to me? Can we have just a little chat? Nothing long and drawn out, just man to man. We already fought each other twice. Can we use our words now? Only because Melissa vouched for you. Still not on the Brian parade float or whatever right away. I can't imagine what you've been through as a father. I can't imagine the fear and that level of whatever was in your chest. But I know that when I went to your mom and wanted to drink poison, I felt something I never felt before, and it scared the hell out of me. And I never want to go back there. I don't want to be Mr. Tough Guy anymore. I don't want to be Mr. Perfect. I just want to live my life and try to be as happy as possible. Apparently I have siblings, and for 30 years I didn't know that. All I'm trying to do is make the next portion of my life pleasant and not dramatic. So that's why, I know it's cheesy, I try to put water under the bridge between you and I. I don't have a real dad, I have an uncle. Because you know who my real dad was. A piece of crap. Do you believe it now though? Bro, after you said what you said, yeah, I was angry and defensive and whatever. But in the last couple hours, man, overnight actually too, I've gone down a rabbit hole of like Ancestry.com, documents from the census. I've been to a library in the morning for the first time in like 20 years. And dude, checks out. We had the same dad. I don't know what to say. The universe is playing a joke on me. I'm glad you did research. I hate that you and I had to find out in our 30s. On our end, my end, my uncle and my grandmother always kept that stuff out of my life. They were always fighting over who got to watch me, who I lived with. I'd ask questions and they never wanted to answer anything. Finding out my mom and her lineage and my dad. I hate that their disputes between one another over me kept me from knowing what was real and what was fake. I just don't understand why you grew up thinking that your uncle and your dad, our dad, were brothers. I don't see the necessity for your uncle to lie about that. I get that my mom didn't want to know Stacy, and Stacy's family didn't want. I know people didn't want everyone mixing, and there were secrets. I just don't know why you were convinced about, the sibling thing. Didn't make sense to me either, until I asked my uncle. He's trying to take the guilt off me. A lifetime of guilt. It's when I did what I did to our dad. Weird to say that, right? I was tremendously guilty. It's taking a life, right? So my uncle used to make my dad out to be even worse than he was. He would tell me these stories that as kids, our dad would burn my uncle, and he killed a cat, and he made his childhood look terrible because of our dad. Because I guess that was the only way he could convince me that I did something good. And my uncle always told me that he was proud of me for what I did, because I not only was trying to protect my mom, but I was avenging a lifetime of my uncle's drama from our dad. But now I know it was all a lie. My uncle was hurting the most because our dad killed his sister. Man, that's deep. I guess your uncle ain't so bad. I don't think he's terrible. I get along with him now. But I know his perception, and I'd say that kind of humanizes him in my eyes. You know? He doesn't seem like the type of person that could hurt anybody. I know, and I believed everything my uncle said. Because the little things that I did see in my dad, our dad. Of course, if my Uncle Jonathan said, hey, John burned the house down, I believed it. Because I saw what he would... Did you ever see John hit your mom? Yeah. Multiple times. How'd it make you feel? If you don't want to say it, it's fine. Damn, dude. It made me feel small. Cause my mom, you met her. She's larger than life. Damn it, God. The roller coaster you and I have been on, huh? She's larger than life. And the woman never show fear. You know? So, for this scumbag father of ours to lay a hand on her and make her look smaller than she is, in my eyes, I just always wanted to bug out and protect her. I was just a kid, like you probably felt. So, what can you do when you're just a kid? You can understand why I snapped, right? You can understand why I did that to him, right? Can you understand why, when Miranda's mom pulled that dirt up on me and brought back the one thing I didn't want her knowing about, can you see why I got so upset? I'm not a monster. And those people in the courtroom, some of them looked at me like I was scum of the earth for getting rid of a man who made my mom look like nothing but a rag doll. How dare Miranda's mother go behind my back and pull that up? I hope she rots in prison. Dude, I can't tell you how many nights I stood up, even when he wasn't around. How many nights I stood up, wished that he wasn't around no more. And I wished that my mom would pick the phone up and just get the worst news of her life. And it happened, and the joke was on me again, because didn't find out till my 30s that he was dead. But the one dude that I couldn't stand for the longest time, you, turns out you fulfilled my one childhood wish. So thank you. I'm glad that after all this time, after all the fighting over Miranda and all the fist fights, You and I finally have something in common.